This week's video, we're going to check out a piece of land that we have purchased and getting ready to put A-frame homes on, and then a few other unique homes. We'll tell you a bit about that later in the video, but it's a really cool piece of property. We're right at the tail end of Tennessee American Water, so I think the public water stops at this property. Also, we still have the Chattanooga gig fiber, so this is just going to be a really great spot for a vacation rental. All right, so what I like about this property, you know, again, this is a property we found by getting out and driving in areas that we felt would be good for short-term rentals. And what I like about this property is that it's just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's at the foot of a couple different parks, Raccoon Mountain. There's 2 boat ramps within, one within a mile, one within 6 miles of the property, so that, you know, they've got the access to the Tennessee River. The Tennessee River is right across the street from it. It has views of the river year-round if it's cleared out, but definitely in the winter. It's just across the county line in the bordering county, so you lose the Chattanooga restrictions and the bureaucracy and the headaches go along with dealing with planning and zoning in a bigger city. So you get outside that area a little bit and find a pocket here and there to where you can build and do, you know, what you want and be creative. So this is bordered by the Tennessee River on the roadside, and then protected land all the way around it. So it's just the perfect property to do this. It's 10 minutes to downtown, just a quick hop on the interstate, and they're downtown to any attractions they want to be at, and it gives that privacy and the ability to be outdoors and not have anybody else around you other than the few units that are on the property. It's 11 acres. We're going to put 8 units on it. Right now, to start with, we're going to throw up 4 A-frames and a bathhouse, and then a common cooking area with grills and that kind of thing. And then later on add the other units like the Volkswagen, maybe an Airstream treehouse, and a couple other. We're allowed to put 8 units on the property based off the soil analysis. So that's kind of where we are on this property. We'll go up there and show you a little bit about the property, take a look, take a walk around. It actually has an old railroad bed on the property, which really makes for a good drive. They installed the railroad bed, but they never put the tracks or the ties in. The interstate came through and it completely changed the direction the railroad was going to go. So we've got this awesome road bed up in the property that we're able to connect with the entrance and the exit and make a loop and build the houses alongside that railroad bed and really make it conducive for use. So let's go take a look. Took us about 5 minutes to walk up here. We're both out of breath, but you know, especially since we just finished lunch. But I think this is, you know, going to be the general area where we put the houses. We'll start and line them up. The railroad bed's behind us here, so we'll bring the drive up in, tie into the railroad bed, and make a loop out. But you know, here, once we get these trees cleaned out, we'll have a view of the mountains, and you know, which I think is important. If you get up on top of the hill there, which is where we'll put the other units, the bus and the Airstream, there's a view of the river from there as well. So this is going to be a really cool spot, and I think the guests will really enjoy it. So we had to come in here. Somebody had come in years ago and dropped a lot of large oak trees. They didn't even own the property, and they were cutting the trees, is what the owner told us, the previous owner. So we had to come in here. He was able to stop them before they hauled the wood off, but we had to come in here and open up this railroad bed so we could even walk through it. We were really struggling to get through it there for a little while. We'll start the A-frames down on the east end of the property and then space them out about 100 feet apart to where, you know, each unit's feeling private and they're not right up next to each other. So we'll spread them out this way and just kind of place them along this railroad bed. I said when we were on our way over here, you know, we talked about driving. You can call it driving for dollars or driving for deals or whatever you want to call it, but you know, when we find a place or find an area we want to invest in, we just hit it heavy and try to market and try to hit all the roads we can, just driving, looking at vacant properties, pulling them up on Landglide, seeing if we can find the owners and reach out to them. This one actually had a for sale sign on it that was overgrown, but we were still able to make the number out and reach out to him, and we're able to get it under contract. All right, guys, I appreciate you going on this quick walkthrough with me on this property. I look forward to sharing more about it as we start to build, start to clear the land, get everything going. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you would build here. Hit it in the comments. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you guys next week.